Welcome students, welcome to our class Programming in Basic. Today's topic is subroutine. You have already done simple subroutine program in your earlier module. This was your home assignment. Write a subroutine program to input a number and find whether the number is divisible by 2, whether the number is divisible by 2 but not by 5. That means I have to accept a number from user and I need to check these two conditions in two separate subprograms. So let us see the program. Here is our program, the simple subroutine program. We have used M statement to put remark in our program, but this is not a mandatory statement. You may not use it, but it is a good practice to write remark statement in a program. This helps our program while we debug it. Now let us see the main program. Input, enter a number n, and then goes up d1. This is a subroutine statement, goes up. After writing the subroutine statement, we write the label, any label you write here. So everything goes up d1. So that means the subprogram d1 with the label will start from here. So in the first subprogram, I've written x equal to n mod 2. That means I need to find whether n is divisible by 2. The remainder will be stored in x. So if x equal to 0, that means if remainder is 0, then I may print that n is divisible by 2. Otherwise, I'll print that it is not divisible by 2. So this was my first condition to check, and it is over. Now I'll write return statement. After every subprogram, I must write return statement. This return statement will take the control back to the following line of GoSub D1 statement from where we started. That means we'll go back to the next line here, that is GoSub D2. It will reach back to GoSub D2 line here. That means it will execute now second subprogram with the label D2. So second subprogram is executed here. Now y equal to n mod 2, that means I'm finding whether what is the remainder. If I write n mod 2, if remainder is written in y is equal to n mod 2, the remainder of the modular division, and z equal to n mod 5. So if this remainder y equal to 0 and z not equal to 0, that means when the number is divisible by 2 but not by 5, then I can print here that n is divisible by 2 but not by 5 according to our condition in the question. Now write the return statement and my program ends here. So this is the simple subroutine program. Press F5, run the program, give a number, enter. First subprogram executed and it gave the value 2 is divisible by 2, and the second subprogram executed, it gave the value 2 is divisible by 2 but not by 5. Press any key to continue. You may run it again to give another value. Press enter. 4 is divisible by 2, 4 is divisible by 2 but not by 5. So both the condition are checked, both the subprograms are executed. So this was our home assignment. Now we'll try a multiple subroutine program. A multiple subroutine program is this: write a menu-driven program to input the length and breadth of a rectangle and find its area, perimeter, and diagonal. We solved this program using simple subroutine technique. Today we'll see how a multiple subroutine program is written with the same problem. Here is our multiple subroutine program. We have taken length and breadth here, input enter length and breadth of a rectangle, and in next line we have input written enter your choice, 1 for area, 2 for perimeter, and 3 for diagonal. This is the important line because here we have printed the menu. In a menu driven program or a multiple subroutine program, a menu is very important. We need to write the menu here. We may use print statement to print the whole menu line by line, or we may write within the prompt string after input statement, and choice may be written like this: 1 for area, 2 for perimeter, and 3 for diagonal. And the choice is taken in a numeric variable. I have taken C here. It can be any numeric variable. Now, depending on the value of C, that is on C goes up, on numeric variable goes up. This is the multiple subroutine statement. On C goes up, F1, F2, F3 means level 1, level 2, level 3. So if the choice is, the user need to take a single choice out of these three choices. That means if the value of C is 1, then first subprogram will be executed. If the value of C is 2, the second subprogram will be executed. If the value is 3, then third subprogram will be executed. And next line is end. This is end of our main program. So now depending on the choice, if the choice is 1, then first subprogram will execute. And in the first subprogram, we have to find the area, length into breadth, L into B, and print the area is area, return. So it will return back to end because we have started from this line. On C goes up, F1, F2, F3. So it will go back to the next line end. So program will terminate after executing first subprogram. If the choice is 2, then it will execute the second subprogram where we find the perimeter 2 into L plus B, print the perimeter, return. Similarly, third subprogram, we are finding the diagonal, square root of length square plus width square, and printed the value diagonal. Now we are returning back to the main program again. So this was our multiple subroutine program. So let us run the program. Press F5, take length and breadth, any two value, press enter. We may take a choice 1, it will print area, area is 20. Run it again, give same set of value, take the choice 2, enter, this perimeter is 18. Take the third choice, diagonal is this. So in this way, user need to put a choice, any one out of the choices given in the question, and that means that particular subprogram will execute. But in the previous program, where simple subroutine program was written, all the subprograms were executed one by one as they were written, one after another. But here, multiple subroutine will execute depending on the choice of the user. So this is all about your multiple subroutine program. So please try to solve these two home assignments. Number 1, write a menu-driven program to input a number and find the following. Number 1, print the factors. Number 2, check whether the number is perfect number or not. And program number 2, write a menu-driven program to input a word and find number 1, the number of vowels. Number 2, the sum of their ASCII values, that means sum of the ASCII value of the vowels. And number 3, the number of times the alphabet P, either capital or small, appears in the word. So this is your home assignment. Try to solve this. Hope you have understood these programs. Thank you.